Get cool stuff for what you were going to do anyway. Drink beer. With Buy Beer, Get Gear from Labatt, you can just snap a photo of your receipt and upload it to the website to rack up points for exclusive merch. Get points for every purchase, whether you're grabbing a pint on draft, a case for a party, or a tall boy at the stadium. Any size, any product, anywhere you buy Labatt. Buy beer, get gear. Sign up now at rewards.labattusa.com.
To see high-level basketball meets the drama of reality TV.
The Elam ending, everything on the line. For the win, good! Bayham's Army wins it!
Deep three, Farrell drains it.
Here's Buddy.
He got it! And that's your ball game. Bayham's Army wins the Syracuse Regional.
Now, stand back for your own safety.
Steve, what's up?
Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Steve. Where Paulie at?
Here we go.
I'm checking out. I will respond to you, but I'm done for the week. I'm done.
Steve is my favorite part of the show. How's that?
I like that. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Check for sound. Pleasure to be on there talking with Paulie, man. He's a good dude.
I'm an idiot. I'll just shut up and let you talk. I was trying to help.
And shout out to Tupac.
3, 2, 1, and
This is Orange Nation.
Well, hello, Paulie and Steve.
With Stephen Fonte and Paulie Sibilia.
Check the Good afternoon, everyone. Glad to have you with us. Alongside Paulie Sibilia, I'm Stephen Fonte as we welcome you into a Thursday edition of Orange Nation. We've got a couple of guests lined up for you back-to-back here in hour number 1, 12:30. John Mugar, the TBT founder, will join us, followed by Eric Devendorf, 12:45. Bayham's Army back in action tonight. Here in Syracuse, we will be on the call for that one on ESPN Radio Syracuse. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock tip as Bayham's Army looks to advance. They now know who their next opponent will be. We found that out last night. The Kentucky squad scored in the last 6 points of the game to win by 6, beating Louisville. So if Bayham's Army wins either tonight or tomorrow, it's off to Lexington, Kentucky for the semifinals of the alumni bracket.
Any notables out of the Kentucky team, Steve? Any big names?
Archie Goodwin played very well. Willie Cauley-Stein's on that team. He had a double-double last night. A couple names that I think most fans would know and recognize. They didn't.
Are they all like? Do they have as many non-players? I'm asking you questions.
That's a great question.
We sat in here all day, all morning together, and I didn't ask you any of these questions.
I don't know if all their guys are Kentucky guys. Most of them are similar to to Bayham's Army. I mean, they've Bayham's Army's got 6 or 7 guys. Kentucky's got at least that. You need that in order to qualify for the alumni division. But they looked good last night, and they got it done down the stretch. And so Bayham's Army will be heading there. Should they take care of business tonight?
Yeah, and I think they will.
Yeah, I mean, they are clearly the better team. I mean, I think we saw that Tuesday night. Yeah. And we still don't know for sure about Chris McCullough. We still don't know for sure about Wes Johnson. It's just the nature of this tournament. That unfortunately it's guys kind of come and go. It's not their priority in some cases. They've got other commitments, other games that are being played, or commitments to other teams, family obligations. So we still don't know about McCullough or Wes Johnson. But
I heard the odds are better that Wes Johnson will be here this game than last game.
Yes, I think that is accurate. I think that's 100% accurate. I think the same thing holds true for Chris McCullough. So we shall see. Who is out there tonight. We'll be ready.
Yeah. Wes Johnson brings a resume few players in the tournament can match, Steve.
That's that right.
Yeah, he's a former Big East Player of the Year and top 5 NBA draft pick.
That's right. 4th overall to the Timberwolves. Yeah. Did you do some homework?
Yeah, I've been doing my research
I could tell.
Prior to the game tonight.
You got some points you want to get to there. Okay.
Correct.
Good.
I'll say I don't want to give them all away.
Yeah, you got to save some of those.
I don't want to give them away prior to the broadcast.
Save some of those nuggets. Absolutely. SummerSlam last night, we were able to talk with Jerry McNamara prior to it. We were able to talk to Gavin Doty prior to it. Media not allowed in last night, but man, what a setup they had there. I don't know if you saw some of the video.
Yeah, it looked cool.
I mean, it did. It looked very cool, and Jerry talked about the support from this community, and I think, he's seen it firsthand from being a player in 2002, 2003, all the way to present day. That, have things gone great the last handful of years? No, they haven't. But this community does always support. They go to games, they support these kinds of events, and I do think that there is some excitement right now with, around this program, even though things haven't gone well the last handful of years. There is a breath of fresh air, and it does feel like a fresh start for these guys.
Yeah, and it's really important that things like that go well for Syracuse. They need the money. The money does not grow on trees, as my mom used to say, Steve, and they need the money. So you hope that goes well, and you hope everybody that went had a good time. I hope the players enjoyed it. It's got to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're rock stars, right? And they are, in a way, rock stars in this town. And I think last night they got that feeling, for the Gavin Doty's and Ryan Meshes of the world, like they know that already. But for some of these guys that this is, like Aiden Tobiasen, this being his first taste of Syracuse basketball, I think he's going to see what it's all about pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I'm interested, to see if. Jerry's used to fans following him no matter where he was. Growing up, he was a legend in his hometown, and those fans came here, and he has a higher level set than most people would for what he expects out of a fan base than most people.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I mean, you're right. He was a star in Scranton for many years, and came here, and then all of Scranton seemed to follow him here, and they had 30,000 plus on a regular basis when he was a player, and you talk about rock star status. I mean, he had rock star status. Carmelo, who was in the house last night, had rock star status. Still does. I think to some degree, like Cole Swider is a great example. Not to transition into the TBT, but he talked about it the other night. Like he spent 3 years at Villanova. He was here for one season. He was here for 8 months. And he looks at Syracuse as his college, right? He looks at the Syracuse family as his brother, the brotherhood. He doesn't talk about Villanova that way. He talks about Syracuse that way. He talks about Syracuse, in terms of saving his career. So, I think even a guy like Cole Swider feels like a rock star. That all these years later he comes back, he drops 28 in the TBT, and he can't wait to get up here to see the hometown fans. So it is a special place. I know that fans are disappointed and frustrated with how things have been going, but it is a special place in that way.
It's what makes places like Syracuse, South Bend, special. It's you come here and you are going to be a star. You play at Villanova, people will love you, but you're also lost. You're not the Sixers. You're not the Eagles. So it's different in Syracuse. You are our pro sports team. You are, you're looked upon as heroes to kids growing up. Like you and I, our favorite Syracuse player was Sherm Douglas. We grew up wanting to be Sherm Douglas, throwing hoops. It's a different place.
Yeah, no, it really is. I tell the story about how I used to wear my socks up high my senior year in high school because of Florence Moten. Like it was, you idolize those guys, and I think that, unfortunately, times have changed with the transfer portal and whatnot, and I think the younger fans sometimes have a hard time connecting with the current players because they're here 1 year and then they're gone the next. But I think Cole Swider is a great example of somebody who came here. He was here for 1 year, and he's always going to associate himself with Syracuse basketball, and I think for those guys to come back, and we heard Gavin Doty say that he ran into Cole Swider and Jimmy and Buddy at the Mello Center before they went over, and there is that connection that once you play for this place, you're a Syracuse basketball player for life, and this community will recognize you as such.
Yeah, you will be recognized. That's another difference. Cole Swider walks around Philadelphia, nobody's going to know who the hell he is.
Right.
Syracuse, you go to Destiny, and everybody's going to know who you are.
Take your picture.
It's fun. It's a special experience to play in towns like this. You know?
And again, I do think last night was a nice taste for the new players of what it's like here and the excitement that is here. And it sounds like it was a really cool event. Again, we were not allowed to bring cameras in, and we knew that going into it. We talked with Jerry, we talked with Gavin, and we were able to see everybody arriving. And there was kind of a cocktail hour on the lawn, and then after that they went inside. And It sounds like it was a great night. And, Jerry said he's never seen anything quite so elaborate. The setup and the visuals, and it was a first-rate thing, top-notch deal. And we talked yesterday about Vinny Lobdell and all that he's done for this program. And he's somebody you want on your side, and they've got him on their side.
Yeah, and one more thing on this, Steve. I'll tie it back to us as radio hosts. I say it all the time about being in Syracuse. Like, people are like, why don't you call this guy a jerk or say he can't coach or this guy sucks? Because I'm going to run into that guy multiple times during the week, whether it's covering him at the game or if I'm at Wegmans or at an Arby's or whatever. You're going to run into these guys. There's a different tone you have to take in towns the size of Syracuse.
It's funny you should say that. I don't think I told you this 2 days ago. So Tuesday after we left here, I had to run to the bank, something to do for my daughter. Who's in front of me at the bank? Jim Boeheim. We end up chatting for a couple minutes. I go from there. I go to Wegmans to grab some food on my way into Channel 9. Who do I run into at Wegmans? I run into Julie Boeheim. I was like, "Oh, Julie, I just saw your husband over at the bank." So to that point, you are exactly right.
Yes,
you're
it's a
exactly
small town,
right.
and it's what makes it fun. It makes it fun. Like, there's a chance you're gonna run into Cole Swider at Wegmans. It's fun. It's cool. It's a cool experience.
All right, that was our opening drive, brought to you by Burdick BMW of Cicero and Burdick Toyota. We're going to get more into the TBT on the other side. We've got John Mugar, the founder of the TBT, coming up at 12:30. We've got Eric Devendorf, 12:45. We're just getting started here on I was going to say Monday. It's a Thursday edition of Orange Nation. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.
Catch Sunday Night Baseball every Sunday night
so
at
if they
6:30
suck, you aren't going to give an honest opinion. No, I'll give an honest opinion. I'm not going to say they're suck, or they're jerks, or they can't coach.
To Clinton,
I'll give an honest opinion of how it went down. Steve, that's right. Two of CNY's wealthiest citizens. What was it like at Lobdell's event last night?
I wasn't there.
Man, they missed out on you. Is it news that Jerry bought Wild Hack's house?
No.
Would they have posted that if he bought just some rando's house?
No. I don't think so.
My day's going okay so far. I'm in a good mood today. Little sore. I walk my neighbor's dog for him. I'm walking his dog this week, and he's got a pit bull, and it's dragging me around. I'm not going to lie. 6:45 pregame. No, I think Wild Hack's house became available because he quit just as Jerry got the job, or retired. I can confirm that I never had the diarrhea parasite. Steve, you? Steve apparently has not had it. That dog took a dump the size of my dog. I'm not used to that either. Nope, just regular poop bags. I see other dogs. I'm like, this isn't my dog. Don't come near because I don't know what it's going to do. I was like screaming at people. It gets hyper when it sees another dog. Is Lobdell's son? I don't know. He played in high school at a very small school. I have offered my services. I'm a little sore from walking that dog. I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest, Steve. I was just throwing darts today at songs. I don't know if they're good ones or not. I looked at the Billboard charts and not a lot to... They had like 3 songs that were... the Dire Straits, or just Dire Straits, not the... I played whatever they got on the TK bug. This is called The Bug on Every Street.
Never heard it.
Sounds like Money for Nothing, doesn't it?
A little bit.
I guess it's a stupid thing to say because, like, people's voices, like, you say Dave Matthews, all his songs sound the same. It's because his voice.
Yeah. There is some truth to that. But, I mean, even just the beat, too, in that case.
Yeah, you stick to what you're good at.
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Cole Swider shoots the 3.
Yeah, you find the blueprint and you try to follow the blueprint.
Yeah, Cole Swider shoots the 3, Steve. At 6'9", Swider creates a difficult matchup because defenders have to respect his shooting range, Steve.
Spot on. Great analysis.
Thank you. Just getting ready for the game.
Just warming up.
Yeah.
Just warming up. You want to talk some TBT here?
Sure.
What
Buddy
else?
Boeheim, the last name is familiar, Steve. But Buddy owns Syracuse's, but his shooting resume speaks for itself, Steve.
Yes, it does.
I don't know if you know that. Buddy Boeheim owns the Syracuse record for career 3-pointers.
Great analysis.
You want to talk about the team overall, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you got?
Boeheim's Armory remains one of the most unique teams of the TBT because it combines Syracuse's tradition with professional basketball experience. I'm doing it now so I don't do it during the broadcast tonight. Yeah.
Get it out of your system.
Yeah, there you go. I'm filling with my prep. Is this funny to us? I don't care if anybody else thinks it's funny.
It's funny to me. Yes.
We're having fun.
It is funny to me.
Any other questions about the team, Steve?
No.
Ty Nichols, really good player.
Yeah.
Last year he was the opponent. Now he's wearing the Boeheim's Army jersey, Steve.
He is.
For those that didn't, you know.
Scored 36 on Boeheim's Army last year.
Right. Yeah.
I heard that Romero Gill changes the geometry on the court.
Yes, he does. He's 7'2". When he steps on the court, Steve, he changes the geometry. He's a game changer. Yeah. You can't get in the paint when the Seton Hall team has the 7'2" guy out there. The geometry is different.
He did struggle on Tuesday. Only played 8 minutes, had no points, 4 rebounds, and 2 fouls. So we'll see. We'll see how much he plays tonight.
I hope it is like the last game, too. I hope they could just go out, get this over with, and then move on to Kentucky. A trip to Lexington.
I mean, you know, we talked about the fact that we don't know about Wes Johnson. We don't know about Chris McCullough tonight. We don't know about Isaiah Whitehead. And he was supposed to be Seton Hall's best player. He was the one player on that roster with NBA experience, like meaningful NBA experience. whereas, Bayham's Army's got a bunch of those guys. And again, there is some cloak and dagger to this tournament that, guys have other commitments for whatever reasons. They can't play, whether it's injury or, they've got something else they've got going on, and you don't really find out until day of. So that does matter tonight, whether or not he's playing.
The only way I can make this so that people can understand it, like if you ever played in a beer league softball, like a softball beer league,
yeah,
and you just show up and you don't
see
have,
who's there that night.
You don't have enough guys, so you're just calling everybody in your phone to see if anybody could come so you can field the team. It's kind of like that.
Or you take somebody from the other team just so you can play.
Yeah. It's like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think Whitehead or not, I think Syracuse is.
Well, I think
still
Syracuse is better, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if he's out there, I don't know if Syracuse would have won by 30, especially given the fact that, Buddy didn't shoot it all that well the other night. He was just 2 for 10 from the field. You also have to keep in mind on Seton Hall's side of things, Alamir Dawes went 0 for 10 from three-point range, and he's considered their top three-point shooter. So that's probably not going to happen again either. So I think tonight's going to be closer. I think Syracuse is, Bayham's Army is certainly the better team, and they've got the better roster and more talent, and they're at home, and they've got the momentum from winning by 30. I don't think we're going to get that type of blowout tonight, but I do think Bayham's Army wins and advances.
Yeah, and it'll be fun to sit back and watch that game if they do in Kentucky. So it's this is a fun event. It's a little haphazard, but it's fun. Every year it all works out and everything goes. They get a champ, and it's
and for you talk about it, it feels like a beer league, and it's
it is.
Well, what I was going to say was at the end of the rainbow is $2 million.
Yeah.
So I think guys take it seriously, especially when they're able to commit and play and get here. And the further you go into the tournament, it gets really serious, and it is some high level basketball as you move on, right? Because guys start getting used to playing together, and they're thrown together. Bayham's Army had literally one practice on Monday and then a walkthrough on Tuesday, and then they played on Tuesday night. Once you're able to get a few games under your belt, and I think we saw that in the Kentucky-Louisville series, both the first two games were blowouts, one each way, and then Game 3 last night was a well-played game. So, I think the hope is you can work out the kinks. You've got high-level players. I mean, a lot of these guys, I was going through the roster here before we hit the air, and so many of these guys have either NBA experience, G League experience. Virtually all of them have overseas experience. So you're talking pros. I mean, it's, so that's why it's different, because in the beer league, it's, you're going to get guys who, might have been athletic 20 years ago, but they've got a beer gut now, and they don't play. They don't do anything other than, play softball once a week. In this tournament, you've got high-level athletes that are professional athletes coming together, and sometimes it does take a little bit for them to gel, but once they do, it is high-level basketball is the thing.
I was just trying to make it so that the average Joe could relate.
Yeah, no, I get
it's kind
in terms of the availability of the players, I would agree with you.
It's kind of, in like, we as broadcasters kind of are like, why aren't they telling us anything? It's like, I don't think they know. Right. I don't think, like, when we ask about the roster, I think they're still trying to get, like, they're on the phone trying to get people to play. And it's like, I don't think they're hiding it from us. I just think they don't know until the guys show up, Well,
to that point, it was kind of like your Wes Johnson question the other day. Well, you'll see tonight, Paulie. And then we didn't see.
Yeah, I saw nothing.
Or like the reserve list. Who's on the reserve list?
Yeah, I don't think they know. I think they probably have everybody who ever played at Syracuse on the reserve list, and they just call as they get old, and it just gets older, and you've got like Marty Head at the bottom. So it's kind of just how it works, and it's fun.
It is fun. I mean, I like it. It gives us something to talk about over the summer, and I love basketball. So,
and the crowds get into it when they're in Syracuse too. It's been fun.
I mean, that crowd I watched the end of that Kentucky-Louisville game last night, and obviously Kentucky and Louisville are legitimate rivals. Not sure, Syracuse and Seton Hall are really considered rivals. They did play in the Big East together, but that arena was into it. There was a good atmosphere there, and I would imagine there's going to be a good atmosphere tonight. Seton Hall, I know they pitched it as though it was going to be a sold-out arena. There was about 1,000 people there on Tuesday night. I think the crowd will be better tonight for Bayham's Army.
Yeah, and Steve, I don't know if you know this about Bayham's Army. They finally went out and got a true point guard in Tyson Walker. It's one of the biggest roster upgrades for Boeheim's Army. He's a true point guard. And you know what he can do, Steve? He can control the game.
He can. Didn't play great on Tuesday. I would expect him and Buddy were the two that, again, Boeheim's Army won by 30, and their starting point guard and their starting shooting guard, didn't play all that well. So I think they're going to be just fine. 315-437-7644 is the number if you'd like to check in. Yeah.
I don't know if it's sold out or not. Is it sold out?
I don't believe it's sold out. I think they've done pretty well with the ticket sales, but I don't believe it's sold out.
I'm checking right now. No. They're still available. And you know what, Steve? I'm feeling like Paulie Claus right now. I hope Dave doesn't get mad at me for this because I didn't tell him. But you know what? We'll give away a pair of tickets to. There's not a lot of seats left. I'll tell you that much. I'm looking at it right now. We will hook you up with a pair of tickets. All you got to do is give Dave your email address. Caller number 5 right now, 315-437-7644.
All right. And go to the game on us. Two tickets?
2 tickets to Paradise.
Okay. We'll see you down there. We're going to hit a break. We're going to talk more about the TBT on the other side. John Mugar, the TBT founder, will join us next. Eric Devendorf, 1245. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.
Keep them coming.
The Nuggets?
Yeah. Because they are actually good talking, like starting off point.
I think I figured out a bunch of them. Yeah, I got to get them out of the track.
Is LSU going to get away with what they're doing? Steve, do you think LSU is going to be able to put that team out there? I know everybody's comparing it to what Indiana did for football, like a bunch of old guys, but my God, they've got pros. They've got guys with like NBA, like summer league experience on their roster. Steve's ignoring me.
No, I'm listening to you. I think I'll let him get away with it. My guess is probably at the end of the day, no. So it prints out, and then each guy later says broadcast nuggets. So you just have to flip through.
Okay, I got him. It's a fun bit. Why are you saying that it says? I came up with these, Steve. Is Elijah Hughes the last all ACC, like first team player they had? Buddy?
Buddy was his last year.
Was he?
He was.
He stunk though.
He was first team all ACC in 2022.
I can do another one next hour. Okay. Or we can do it right after the TBT. Yeah, guys on. We are the youth gone wild.
Feel free to participate in this one.
I wonder if Paul watches the soccer version of the TBT. The TST, is that what it's called?
You're going to ask about a current college player one?
I don't want to give that idea away.
I mean, he's the founder.
Well, I know, but like, is he going to split the proceeds with me?
To $2 million. Winner take all. Syracuse alumni takes on Seton Hall alumni in a best-of-3 series featuring Syracuse legends Buddy Boeheim, Eric Devendorf, and Wes Johnson. Game 1 is sold out at Seton Hall. Tickets are still available for Game 2 at the On Center in Syracuse on July 23rd. Go to TBTHoops.com. $2 million. Winner take all. Boeheim's Army, July 23rd at the On Center. Get your tickets now at TBTHoops.com.
It's No Butter says, I'm at the bank to get some money. I'm going to Doug's Fish Fry. They only take cash. Sounds like mini golf at Adirondack, Steve.
Yeah. Good point.
Did you guys mini golf this year, or were you out injured?
No, I did.
If someone comes up and says hi to you at the event, will you shoo them away tonight, or will you say hi? Good. Don't embarrass me. I know you're better than most people with that 3.9. Do you take photos with fans? That's a good question. Yes, he does. Calling Elvis, Steve. Oh, I think On Every Street is the name of the album. Because it says Calling Elvis on Every Street. So I think that's the name of the album. Because that was the bug on every street.
Gotcha. That would make sense.
Unless everything's happening on every street.
We're waiting on John Mugar, the founder of the TBT. He'll join us here.
It's a great idea. And do you think I should pitch my idea to him?
I do. Yes. I mean, you're not going to put it together.
I know, but what if he makes money off of it?
Maybe he'll give you like a finder's fee. I think you should. While we're waiting, why don't we get to our Yankees update? Brought to you by the Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus. Yankees played a doubleheader yesterday. Garrett Cole gave up 3 runs, left the game down 3-0. Ben Rice got him off the hook for the loss with a 3-run homer late to force extra innings. Pirates ended up winning that game, though, in extras 5-3. Yankees did bounce back in the second game of the doubleheader. Max Fried back on the mound. First start since the middle of May, back from an elbow injury, and he was awesome, Paulie. 5 innings pitched, gave up just 1 hit, no runs, 7 strikeouts through 57 pitches. His pitch count, his pitch limit was 60, so they took him out after the 5th inning. Yankees go on to win the game 2-0, and there was a little bit of drama, as we discussed yesterday, involving Jose Caballero. And it seems like Major League Baseball is cracking down on that. He got called for an automatic strike because he pulled his antics again yesterday, waiting until 9 seconds on the clock to engage with the pitcher. The league office is saying we're not doing that anymore, and so we'll see what happens from here. We can certainly get back into baseball as the show moves along, but as promised, we are now joined by the founder of the TBT, John Mugar. John, thanks for coming on. We appreciate the time. How's everything going this summer?
Thanks for having me. It's going pretty well. We're in the thick of it right now, but we're enjoying a great tournament.
So let's start with, I guess, the format changes this year, if you don't mind. A lot of new wrinkles, right? It's gone from a $1 million first place prize to $2 million. We're seeing that the field is different, right? A lot less teams in the field this year. We're seeing this first round as a best of 3 as opposed to single elimination. Where did the idea come from for these changes to be made? It seemed like everything was going well. Why did you feel like it had to be tweaked a little bit?
Yeah, well, the doubling the prize money is the easiest one to tackle, and we love stakes, and I would love to see this go up to $10 to $50 million someday. The original idea was a $50 million tournament, so we'll never stop throwing money into the prize pool as we're able to. And so we love increasing that to a $2 million event. We're definitely concentrating the number of teams down to 8 alumni teams and then 8 non-alumni teams. And that is going to, with the amount of players that want to play in this event, that's going to load those teams up in a massive way where there aren't as many spaces to come and play in the event. And so that's going to benefit all those teams. And then having I guess we added a regular season, which is something I said we'd never do, which is a 1-game regular season with these best of 3 series. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow these teams to get to know each other, get to know their rotations better, get to know the coaching staffs better. And that's going to result ultimately in a better product once we get down to the quarterfinals and onward. So that was really the spirit on all those changes.
How about the reserve list this year? If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's something new, right? The reserve list, you've got your main roster, but then you've got this pool of another 3 guys or so that you can pull from if somebody's got a commitment or somebody's got an injury or so on and so forth.
Yeah, over the years, we've always heard from players after our roster deadline that they say they see it on TV. Now the teams are getting closer, they want to jump in. So we wanted to provide that flexibility to our teams where they can get these higher profile players that weren't ready to commit in late May or early June, who now have flexibility in their schedule and they can commit. And that's what the spirit of that was.
What led to the more of the non-alumni teams? Is it something that the schools couldn't get enough players together, and wouldn't it be easier to sell those games tickets if it was just alumni games?
We've split the bracket up for the first time ever. We have an alumni bracket this year and then a non-alumni bracket. So last year and previous years, you may remember that we lumped all of that, the whole field in together. And there would be occasions where we're in a host environment more often than not, where the host team lost in the first or second round, which then resulted in more games in that environment without the host team, which is a markedly different product. And it's a harder to predict product and harder to present product. So I think the value that TBT lends to colleges and alumni teams has grown so much that we had to separate the alumni bracket and play that down to a champion, and then separate the non-alumni open bracket and play that in one location. It just made all the sense in the world.
Year with Bayham's Army, right, when they got upset by the We Are D3 squad in the second round, and as you said, you're playing games without the host team being involved, and that can certainly be an issue. When you started this tournament, John, way back when, was the hope and the goal to have everybody be an alumni squad, and it's just kind of morphed from there? Would you like to see it get back to that at some point, where it's the whole field is made up of alumni squads?
That was one of maybe 5 things. We didn't know what we were doing. Like, to answer your question, like it was me and Dan Friel, childhood friend, texting back and forth. We had no idea what was going to happen. We announced with a Grantland article with Zach Lowe back in 2014, and we just said we had $500,000 on the table. Whoever wants to come and play for it, play for it. We figured that back at that point, Cornell had a team that made a Sweet 16 run. We thought they would come back in. Villanova had an alumni team. Notre Dame had an alumni team. We thought that would be an angle. We had no idea that it would result in what we're seeing today. We also thought women would come in and play, which they have. We'd have about 17 over the years do that. We thought NBA players would come in with teams and play. It was really a Wild West moment back when we started it, and we didn't know in what direction it would go. But I think in the last 3 or 4 years, we've seen that these college fan bases are starved, especially in the summertime. And they want to honor these past players and past teams that they're so fond of. And the attendances really support that, which is why we've leaned so heavily in that direction.
In the era of NIL, is there any thought of doing it like, how high schools have summer leagues where they play, where you would do current teams?
Yeah. There is a lot of thought to that. We've had a few college teams want to play and appeal to the NCAA to play. A lot of people feel that is going to happen one way or the other, that college basketball will be playing in the summertime, whether that's in TBT or through their own exhibitions. So that is in the future. I just can't tell you on what timeline that will move on.
We've asked you about the format changes this year. One change that you guys brought to the world of basketball was the Elam ending, right from the outset. And it seems to have stuck, and a lot of people like it. And I think it's grown on a lot of people. Do you foresee ever tweaking the ending to these games, or do you think you found the sweet spot?
I know it feels boring now because we haven't made a tweak to the Elam ending in 4 years. And I was thinking about that the other night. And co-owner Chris Paul, who owns part of TBT alongside of us, he got it into the NBA All-Star Game starting in 2020, and it was there for 4 years. But it's working so well that we just have not made tweaks to it. And we've really refined it and troubleshooted it. And it's presenting incredibly well for officials, for players and fans. So at this point, it's just a matter of presentation as opposed to the rules. But we always are thinking of ways to innovate the game, but we feel like we've already nailed the end of the game in such a great way.
For people who are new to the TBT and haven't watched a lot of it, why does the Elam ending work so well from a strategic standpoint and from a coaching standpoint and from a player's standpoint? Why does everybody seem to like it so much?
Well, the end of the game in high stakes games, and you see this in March Madness all the time, the last minute of the game can take 15 minutes to play out. Is because the coaches don't have any strategy at play but to foul the opposing team to prevent the game clock from running out. So by taking the clock out of the equation, it ensures that teams are playing to win as opposed to teams playing not to lose. And they keep their best players on the court all the way through the end of the game, because you have to close out your opponent and you need your best players on the court to be able to do that. So it works on a number of levels, and it results in the clutchest play at the end of the game.
How about the support that you've seen from this community in particular? The Syracuse, and obviously Syracuse has hosted many TBT games over the years, and hosting another one tonight, and we'll have it for you right here on ESPN Radio Syracuse with pregame coverage at 6:45. Can you speak to, I guess, how this community in particular has gotten behind the product and gotten behind these Boeheim's Army teams over the years?
Yeah, I mean, that was a watershed moment for us in 2015, the first time a Syracuse alumni team came in with Lawrence Moten and Dievendorf back then. Hakeem Warwick, I think, played in our first ever event as well. And it was unbelievable. It was a moment that I'll never forget in my lifetime, when all the fans came in Philadelphia and they were standing and clapping, which I didn't even know was a tradition until the first field goal was made. And I think that the world saw that, and those games at the time were on ESPN, now they're on Fox. But when people tune in the middle of summer and they see that in the middle of summer, they say, what is happening, and what am I watching, and why am I watching, and why are these fans there, and why do they care? And your fan base really proved it out. It was because it was so passionate, and they cared about the team and the players and the community and the culture so much that other colleges saw that, and they said, oh, we want to flex our culture at the same time of year as well. And it was an awesome beginning domino effect that led to what we are today.
And we saw them go all in 2021, win the TBT title, and they seem to be one of the favorites again. Looks like they'll get by this first series, and then on to Kentucky next. John, anything else about TBT and what you guys are doing and your plans for the future that you want to get across to us today before we part ways?
Yeah, I think the final thing, one of the big modifications we've made is home court advantage, and carrying that through all the way to the championship round. Our home court teams this year are 6-1. Teams like Wichita State are 20-3 all time in TBT at home. So if Boeheim's Army wins, they're obviously 4 wins away from $2 million at this point. If they get to that $2 million game, which is August 2nd on Fox, they're going to host it in Syracuse. And that's going to be a big moment for Orange Nation to come out and flex and show everybody exactly how much of a home court advantage that community can provide. So we really look forward to moments like those, and we think it delivers great value to fans and schools.
All right, John, we love this event. We love this tournament. We're excited to be on the call tonight on the radio side of things. Thanks so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the summer. Good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thanks for all the support, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, John Mugar joining us here on the program. Paulie.
Got one more pair of tickets to give away, Steve. If anybody would like to go, 315-437-7644, caller number 5, and you're going.
All right. With that, we'll hit a timeout. We've got Eric Dievendorf set to join us on the other side, the all-time leading scorer in Boeheim's Army history. He'll join us next on ESPN Radio.
Oh, well, he's leaving. Kevin, why do they need to get rid of the man on second in extra innings? It makes the game so much faster. And You're not getting those 19-inning games anymore. Those are awful. The Padres game was brutal last night.
What happened?
1-1, bottom of the 8th. 7-1, top of the 9th. 7-6 final.
Oh, man. Who'd they play?
The Braves. They wasted a brilliant outing by Michael King again. He gets no run. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that there's just some pitchers where the offense doesn't score for them? Yeah. It happens a lot. Why do I need to pick a team on the East Coast? You don't switch your favorite team in midlife, Kevin. Well, that's a horrible take. Horrible take. You pick a team and you stick with it. It's like getting married. You got commitment issues. Scott. Oh. Just give him the emails. And he can send them to the all right. Tell him to do it. You're stupid. Thank you. I rest my case. I just won an argument with Kevin from Liverpool, Steve. I just said you're stupid, and I won it. Case closed.
No coming back.
Yeah. It's like a your mom joke. Gabriel, why did you burn down your shrine to me? Dispatching the Wheeze, don't do it. Any iteration of that, Rob Moore, you're dead, is getting banned. Getting a timeout. Starting now. I'm probably going to get there about 5:30 tonight, Steve, to set up.
Okay. I'll probably be there. I've got to do the news down there, so I'll probably be there before then.
Do you have Devo's number? Oh, that's...
Who is that?
The Baldwin's people. I do. Bill. Not level 5 coming here. One World, Steve. Dire Straits is our artist of the day. Thanks, Tim Leonard, for this gem.
He's not even here to enjoy it.
Yeah, he's missing out.
Let's check in on the market before we get to Eric Devendorf. We've got Bill from Lee Baldwin and Company. Bill, how you doing today?
We're doing all right. The markets, however, are taking a hit. We have earnings, and more earnings. We got the Dow down 400 points, or nearly 1%. The other averages are down more. And plenty of earnings, as I mentioned, in our diamonds today. The defense stocks, Raytheon and Lockheed, are up 7%, 10% respectively on better than expected earnings as the military has to replenish a lot of weapons. And on the downside, a lot of the stocks have done well. Big cap techs, Google is actually down 5%, and Tesla is down 13%. So those are two well-known tech stocks taking a hit today on earnings. So we'll see if we get a turnaround tomorrow.
All right. Bill, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Guns and butter, Steve. That's what we just learned. You remember learning that in school?
Yep.
Learned that in earth science.
I bet you did. All the diamonds, none of the dogs. Be sure to visit LeeBaldwin.com.
They're trying to get Devo on the phone. He's got a shoot around in 10 minutes. Got to make this quick. Maybe we can just hand the phone around the shoot around. We can talk to everybody.
Yeah, hand it off to somebody, take a few shots.
Hand it to Elijah Hughes. He led Syracuse in scoring in the 2019-20 season, Steve.
He did. Very good.
Thank you.
All ACC selection that year. Eric Devendorf joining us now, just prior to the team's shoot-around down at the War Memorial. Devo, thanks for the time. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I stretched and everything just like Paulie told me to do.
There you go.
Good.
Got to do that.
You look great out there. You been lifting, bro?
I have. I've been keeping in shape. I try not to get out of shape, man. But basketball is a different type of shape. But, I felt good out there. I could still move up and down. And now the recovery is a different story. The next day, the body definitely feels different. But, I was happy to get out there, get up and down. And I think we got a really good squad. So I'm excited going forward.
Yeah, not only did you get up and down, I mean, you contributed right away. 7 points in 6 minutes and, hit a big three there in the corner as you guys kind of went on a little bit of a run. What was it like to get back out there? And I know you haven't participated in this tournament here in a little bit, handful of years or so. What was it like for you personally, I guess, to get back out there?
You know what? Just even like the day of, like in the morning, I remember I was in Jersey and just kind of riding to breakfast, and it's funny because I get all type of emotions. I felt like a kid again, like on game day for Syracuse. So it just felt great to be able to get up there and do something that I love to do, and then to be able to have an impact and go out there and score a few buckets, and it was awesome, man. And like all these guys, Buddy, Jimmy. When I was playing at Syracuse, they were 6, 7 years old, so now to be able to play with them, I'm the unk of the team, so to speak. So, it's awesome to be able to get up there, get up and down, and still be able to do it a little bit.
How about Cole Swider's performance?
Oh, man, unbelievable. He's obviously still in shape, fresh off of playing EuroLeague overseas, but 6'9", just one of the best shooters in the world, honestly. And then I was really impressed. I think defensively he really held his own. He's not the most athletic guy, but he knows how to play angles, and he has a high IQ. And then he's super aggressive on the glass. He had 28 and 8 rebounds, but not only did he have 28, he was 10 of 15. He was super efficient. So obviously they'll be on him harder tonight, but. Cole's a heck of a player, one of the best shooters in the world, and we're lucky to have him on the team this year.
You've played in this tournament quite a bit. You've been around a lot of different TBTs. You know what it takes to go on a deep run, and you obviously know what it takes to win this thing as well. So give us a few of those items. Like what on the list of things you need, what is on there, and does this team have all the ingredients to get it done this year?
I believe so. I think we have all the fire offensively. We'll probably have the best shooting team in the tournament, hands down. We have guys that could play make. Walker, he does a great job of controlling the pace. Slow to fast. He's a good decision maker. Ty Nichols is another guy. And then obviously, all the Cuse guys, and Elijah, he's a Cuse guy. He could shoot the ball and make plays. But the two things that really are going to win this tournament is rebounding and defense, right? I thought we had a great game defensively in the first game, holding them to 52 points. They did have 12 second chance points, so we got to try to cut down on that. But defensively and rebounding the basketball, that's what really got us over the top in the 2021 when we won it. We had guys who were top scorers in the TBT, averaged 5 points, but the role was to lock in defensively and really rebound the basketball and limit teams to one possession. So if we could do that, we're going to put ourselves in good shape to win it.
We just had the founder of the TBT on, and how important is this 3-game series now where you guys get to play with each other a couple times before you get to the one and dones?
No, I think it's good. I think it just, especially for us, we only had really 1 day of practice before we played. So to be able to get some real live reps under us and, get some chemistry going, get a feel for each other, I think it's really good. But again, it's, all these guys are pros. Like, they do it every single year. They go to a new team, and it's going to be new faces every single year. And then even when they're growing up playing AAU, it's the same deal. So these guys are used to it, and I thought they did a heck of a job adjusting on the fly during the game, and we just got to continue tonight.
You're going to have the benefit of the home crowd advantage. What has the support from this community been like through the last decade or so with the TBT? I mean, you experienced it as a player. Did you imagine that you would still be shown that kind of love all these years later as an alum and playing in a tournament like this?
Oh, I love it. I mean, obviously, I live here, and every day when I go out, I feel like somebody says something about the 6OT game, or you just hear Devo, and Syracuse is an incredible community. I'm lucky that I'm able to raise my family here. My girls are here, and then I just had a son and another one on the way. So the community has been 1,000% supportive behind me, not only in basketball, but with the foundation stuff and everything that I'm doing. People are quick to ask, can they volunteer, or how they can help and support. I'm truly thankful for the Syracuse community. I'm from Michigan, but Syracuse is my home.
How about this opponent that you guys have? And, you obviously looked much better than them in game one, but they're going to make some adjustments. And, who knows if they're going to have Isaiah Whitehead or not. We still don't have any word on whether or not he's going to play. But what do you make of this opponent, and what kind of adjustments do you expect them to make going into game 2 tonight, which is an elimination game for them?
Yeah, I think offensively they probably didn't play, how they wanted to play. They're going to move the ball more, get some more spacing, try to get some better shots. And I think what they really excel at is transition. They're going to try to get out and play in transition and get some easy buckets, and they'll make adjustments. But I think if we just play our game, we stick to our plan and do what we did in the first game, we'll be in good shape.
Eric, I'm doing color tonight on the broadcast, and you're an expert. You're a pro now. I was wondering if you could give me some tips. Like Eric Devendorf's always played with confidence. Syracuse fans know that, Steve.
That's right. Yeah. So
what do you think of that?
So that brings up a good point. So when you check into the game tonight, give Paulie something to say to sound smart. When
he brings personality and toughness.
The greatest Syracuse player of all time, Eric Devendorf.
I love it.
Yeah, add a little spice and a little energy onto that at the end, too.
All right, I will. All right, greatest player ever. I got it.
Devo, we always love catching up with you. We know you got to go. You got the shoot around coming up. We'll see you over at the arena tonight. Best of luck.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate you. Eric Devendorf joining us here on the show. We'll hit a timeout. We'll hit the top of the hour. Phone lines open all of hour number 2, 315-437-7644. Back after this on ESPN Radio.
We're losing another producer, Steve. Dave is leaving. Our promos are going to take a hit. He's a good promo maker. He makes all the funny promos. They're going to go back to being, guest said this, boo, not Paulie got double teamed.
That would be a fun segment if we left it up to...
What makes you think Swider was relegated to third option in Boeheim's offense? They all had a green light in that freaking team. Didn't he score like 42 at North Carolina?
He had a couple big games.
Yeah, it's pretty good for the third option.
That would be a fun segment if we left it open to the chat and our callers. You'll say one line, whatever your favorite line is, that you'll work it into the broadcast.
People should call in and tell us what I should say during the broadcast tonight. Man, that's a good joke, Steve. I'm sorry. You do look like you're selling OxyClean or a ShamWow. That's a good joke. I'm sorry. No, we still got producers. Paul will do them. Tim will do them. I don't think Brian wants to come be a producer. I would not be opposed to bringing him back. He seems to be doing good on his own.
Thanks, Sport Boy. Appreciate you saying that.
Am I on Paulie Market? What? Guess what? Paulie's Paulie Market. Steve, guess what Paulie's going to say in the broadcast? I'm using all my good ones. This is good though. Like I didn't know he played in Turkey, Israel, Ukraine, Greece, Australia. I wouldn't want to play in Ukraine right now. That seems dangerous. You know, he played in Ukraine, Steve. That seems like it'd be dangerous to play there now.
That's your own nugget.
Played in New Zealand, very similar to the league that won. I think of that kid's name now. Who was on the team last year that was going to be so good.
Wait, what?
Who's the Australian kid from last year? On the basketball.
The guard.
Yeah. The hell was his name?
I'm drawing a
You can
blank.
see his stupid face. Fennell, there you go. Thank you.
Luke Fennell.
Played in a similar league to Luke Fennell, Steve.
Got some in my eye.
Must not be a very good league if Luke Fennell was good in it. What former? Send that to Mike's mailbag. I'm not looking that up. What player played in the most countries? Not. I know it's not Roosevelt Bowie. He played in Italy only.
Yeah. Devo played in a lot of different places. Is that who you had called up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he played in like a different place every year.
He played for the Erie Bay Hawks in the G League too. Seems dangerous. Hour number 2 will finally bring us a song we know, Steve, in the Dire Straits. So far away, Steve.
All right, we are driving into our second hour, brought to you by Burdick BMW of Cicero and Burdick Toyota. Phone lines open all of hour number 2, 315-437-7644. So we're going to switch gears here. We're going to talk about the current SU men's basketball team now after talking TBT for the better part of that first hour. There was an article from the Three-Man Weave, which we've talked about in the past, and it ranks Syracuse basketball 47th going into the new season. And it breaks down reasons for optimism, causes for concern, and then it kind of gives an overall assessment, I guess, if you will, of the team. So the reasons for optimism, Paulie.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Autry's teams lacked offensive identity and were disorganized. Number 2, GMAC's recent success at Siena. And number 3, Syracuse's roster build has a clear common thread with every addition: positional size, athleticism, defensive potential. And then it kind of goes into some of the individual players. Any additions you want to add there for reasons for optimism?
No, those are pretty good. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about these guys yet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them play together. It's just, can you look at GMAC's success at Siena and use that as a glimmer of hope?
Yes, I think you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think you saw the way that he coached. I think you saw the way that his teams played. I think you saw, everybody wants to talk about success on out-of-bounds plays and, crunch time lineups and how you execute down the stretch and, going up against teams that were better than them. We saw that in the Duke game. We saw that in the MAC Conference tournament when they took down the number 1 seed. So I think there are things that you can take away from that year. And the way that, again, the way he went about it in a short period of time, he had a plan in the portal. He had a plan in recruiting, and the plan worked. So, yeah, I think you could take something from that.
They were very high on Garway Dual's on-ball defense.
Yes.
Said his arm length is insane, and he's one of the best shot-blocking guards in the country.
Yeah, go gadget arms was the
That's
quote.
A reference for anybody that's
anybody who's
under 40.
Anybody who's under 40 has no idea about that reference.
The voice Don Adams, Steve, from Get Smart, was also Inspector Gadget. There's a nugget you're not going to get on any other show.
High praise for Sadiq White. High praise for Gavin Doty. They seem to like Luke Wilson. They call him physical. Go ahead.
It does seem like this team is going to be fine defensively.
Oh, I think that they're banking on that. Like
it's just, can they shoot? And can they get the ball in the basket?
Can they score? So, all right, let's skip ahead to causes for concern. Number 1, quote, the Orange's stacking of defensive assets may come at the expense of their ability to score.
Yeah, if anybody knows about the lack of ability to score, Steve.
It would be you?
Yes, thank you.
Number 2, on-ball creation is perhaps Syracuse's most pressing concern.
Yeah, this is where Dual seems like he's going to be a great point guard, but is he capable of getting in the lane and scoring? Can Cayenne Ken, we've seen him, is he going to be strong enough to finish at the basket this year?
Yeah. I am curious, too, about Ryan Mesh. Been hearing really good things about him, the way that he's playing during the offseason and over the summer. I do wonder what kind of role he takes on, because you talk about offensive creation. That's his game, is creating offense for others and getting into the lane and setting up other guys, and he's super quick. So we'll see if he helps solve that problem, because on this list there's 2 causes for concern. The second one I think Ryan Mesh could address. I don't know how much he's going to play as a true freshman. We shall see. But I think when you talk about on-ball creation, he certainly does have that ability.
And they say Triple M, Steve. Can you say his name yet?
Mamatovic.
Okay.
They
say he might be the complete opposite of every other player that they've recruited. His offense is going to be fine. It's just his defense, they use the term disaster.
Could be a disaster is what they say, yes.
That's not good. But that's all you need. Like, you need 5-10 minutes out of somebody who could shoot,
Yeah, and I think that's always a concern, right? It's certainly been a concern the last 5 to 8 years. Do they have enough outside shooting? You talk about that Buddy Cole Swider team, like they had that box check. Defense was an issue. Does this team have enough outside shooting, and can this team rebound enough? I think that those are 2 legitimate concerns that you hope that they're good in both categories. Obviously. Bottom line from this article, 3-Man Weave, bottom line, quote, McNamara's arrival should, at the bare minimum, re-energize the fan base and breathe life back into the crowds at the Dome, which I think, again, we've already seen that.
We discussed that already.
The energy. And then secondly, quote, if Syracuse can generate enough offense to match what should be a much improved defense, Syracuse should return to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2021. So that's the overall assessment. And again, getting into what they said about some of the individual players on Gavin Doty, did not look out of place against Duke's ridiculous length and size in the NCAA tournament. I think that's accurate.
They made a lot of ACC teams look out of place.
Yeah, right.
So that you can't just poo-poo that.
Right. He looked like he belonged. And again, it was one game, but it was the biggest game he's ever played. And he played maybe the best game of his life, or certainly one of the best games of his life. I think there's something to be said for that. The way that the game was coached, they had to execute near perfectly to have a chance in that game, And they did. Jerry got them coached up right. Gavin played great. So I do think you can take something, even though it was just one game. I think it's certainly worth mentioning.
They just got to get to the tournament. There's people in the chat saying they haven't been ranked. I don't care if they're ranked this year at all. Don't care. Just get to the tournament.
Yeah.
That's all that they can worry about, right? I don't care if you finish, if only 8 teams make the ACC tournament and you're the 8th team to get in, that's good enough.
Absolutely.
That's a great start. You just got to get in.
Got to get in. And again, they've got them, it's a way too early preseason ranking, 47th. If you're 47th in the country, that puts you right on that cusp.
Bubble.
Yeah, right there.
The cusp is called the bubble. It's the verge, yes.
Yeah, right on the verge of getting in. So, I think there are reasons to be optimistic. There are certainly, concern. You can add to the cause for concern just the fact that, where everybody else is in this conference and the current pecking order. And it seems like, there is a clear first tier that Syracuse is not in. You hope that they're at the high end of that second tier.
How about not being a bubble team, Paul? Well, if they're not a bubble team, that's great, but you just got to accept progression as a positive.
So if you could sign up right now for this team making the tournament, no questions asked, doesn't matter how they do it, what seed they are, you absolutely take that. That has to be the top priority next year.
Even if it's Dayton or wherever they play.
Correct. Doesn't matter.
Yes,
there's got to be progress. Got to be progress. And yes, if you're not on the bubble and you get in as you get in that 8-9 game, wonderful. That means you had a really good year. But if they get to the tournament in any capacity, in any way, shape, or form, doesn't matter how they do it, that is a successful year.
Correct. And then you start talking about, let's get back to where Syracuse belongs. Let's make a Sweet 16. Let's get to the, let's get better.
And again, in terms of the additions, right, there was a concerted effort to bring in guys who had multiple years of eligibility left. And obviously the 5-for-5 rule has since gone into effect. And so most guys are going to have at least another year of eligibility left. But the hope is that you can get them in the tournament this year, and then you can retain a lot of the talent and then build upon that. And we saw that work at Siena, where it was progress in year 1. They went from 4 wins to 12 or whatever it was. And then year 2, a lot of guys stuck around. They filled in the gaps with smart moves out of the portal. And you saw what happened. They made the NCAA tournament and put a scare into the best team in the country.
Yeah, and it's time to get better. And you take any progress. If they don't make the tournament, it's probably going to be angry fans again, Steve. But if they're on the bubble, that is a step in the right direction. I hate to say it, but they got to get in the tournament. I hate saying that, if they are the last 4 out, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't think anybody wants to hear step in the right direction.
Right. And you got the expanded tournament this year and all this excitement, and supposedly there's more money in the program. And the expectations are this team has, got to get to the tournament, show some tangible progress, and that would be progress.
The other thing is there can't be a point in this season where some fan can sarcastically say, but it's a realistic threat, that are we even going to make the ACC tournament? It's got to be better than that.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree with you. All right. Phone lines open, as we said, 315-437-7644. That was us driving into our second hour, brought to you by Burdick BMW of Cicero and Burdick Toyota. We'll step aside here. We've got today's business coming up next. Back after this on ESPN Radio.
Yes, LA Orange, they are lowered expectations because Syracuse has not been good. They're not coming off a 25-win season. It's been 5 years since they made the tournament. It is lowered expectations, yes. You have to work your way back up. Then why do you care? Like, LA Orange, fine. They stink. You're right. They stink. Is David doing today's business? Or is Paul? The coverage is honest. You say it's... Oh, Paul's a quitter. Just like you.
I'm confused. Is the goal not to make the NCAA tournament this year?
No, it's the same as it's always been.
Well, no, it's not the same that it's always been. But, like, how is... This isn't the, late 90s.
Yeah.
Like, this team isn't a top 4 seed in the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, is the goal not to make the NCAA tournament?
It is a lowered expectations, yes. If you think this team's going to make the Final Four, you're probably crazy. If you expect them to get there, you're even crazier. Do I walk with a limp? Why? I try not to, but my toe hurts right now. My knee hurts. I'm done with PT. I haven't gone to PT in forever. I'm throwing steel again. The top of my big toe hurts. It's not gout. I know that. I don't know if it's a tendon or arthritis, but it hurts like a son of a gun. I'm not walking to the game because I have to bring all the equipment, or I would. If they lose and I can leave the stuff set up, I'll walk tomorrow. Oh, no, I won't, because then I got to bring it home. So, yeah, no, I will be driving to the games. No, I'm not going to give a shout-out to any of you people. The toe tumor? Steve doesn't carry equipment. He's a talent. I don't think he's capable of carrying the equipment either, honestly. He's soft.
I need to rest up because I got to carry you for 2 hours.
Yeah, whatever. Well, welcome to my daily routine. Carrying someone for 2 hours.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, I'm on commentary. Don't make me tell him. Steven.
Tell him what?
Oh, you know. You know. You keep zinging me, bitch.
Whatever. I don't care.
I don't think Steve could carry anything right now. I'm surprised he's lifting that paper. Soft. Yes, it's on the ESPN app or ESPNSyracuse.com. Walk of life, Steve. Get to it. Oh, there we go. Finally. Something I recognize. I think that's the first time I've ever yelled at a bump song, Steve.
Could be.
It's a good song. No, I'm not going to lie. It's David's last time with us today, Steve. He'll be here tomorrow?
I was going to say, he's here tomorrow for...
Job's not finished yet.
For starting five.
What are we doing for starting fives tomorrow?
Yeah, did we decide?
Yes.
I like Tim's the office supplies, but we're not doing that, are we?
No, we're doing sitcom characters.
Sitcom characters.
Because I know what fans want us to do more than you guys do. I'm more in touch. I have a finger on the pulse of society.
Okay.
Sitcom characters is better than staplers versus...
See, I disagree.
Ink printers versus calculators. You would disagree because you're not in touch. You're not normal.
Okay.
You're not socially.
We said we made a rule when we started this. That
No, we
were
never
do
did.
No people. We talked about that.
No, because we've discussed talking
and now
about
I
having
won like
rappers
4
do it.
games in a row, and now we're doing people 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Moving the goalpost on you.
A little salty after my Annie Oakley pick.
Yeah, I am.
The greatest pick in
it was people.
In 5-on-5.
You've cracked the code with people.
Oh, just be better.
I'm going to try to be better tomorrow.
That's a good one. Top 5 robots. We can do that. You would be a good shooter in that game. All right.
Funny.
Let's go.
Funny.
What do you got? Today's business brought to you by
Superior Plus Propane.
All right.
We are now on day 25 of the LeBron James free agency. In 2016, it took him 42. Is he going to break that? I don't think so. Miami is now the favorite to land LeBron.
Did you hear they accidentally linked
Yes.
to his press conference, Steve?
Yeah, I heard
so
that.
before that, my gut was telling me he's going back to Cleveland. Now, I mean, if you were LeBron, are you going to Cleveland or Miami at this point for another year or 2? I would say Miami.
Yeah, Miami's
playing with a top 3 player in the league. Best coach in the NBA. You get the beach weather. I mean,
I think Miami makes the most
You've already won
basketball
there.
sense. Right. I think Miami makes the most basketball sense and the
Definitely.
most financial sense.
It
right?
does. Yeah.
Cleveland is. I mean, that's where he's from. So you can't knock being home. There would be a certain symmetry to that, right? For him to start his career and end his career there. So
both these teams are used to the BS that travels with them. So that's good.
Man, you are a LeBron hater.
I'm not hating.
Philly is number 3 right now.
I told you.
For what it's worth.
Steve, if I love him as a player. I just don't think I want the circus that goes along with him.
Yeah.
I've heard Jaylen Brown and Embiid have not spoken yet since the trade. That's another thing they got to work out because they were rivals for 10 years?
I think
they had that battle in the playoffs this year. Embiid was chirping at him.
Yeah, who cares?
Brown called him childish, so that'll be interesting too.
Right. So this goes back to our conversation about you say you don't hate anyone on your team. I'm not suggesting that you should hate Joel Embiid, but are you kind of, as a Sixer fan, you just kind of over it? Are you over him?
If he left, I would be.
You would be happy.
Okay with it. Not
okay
happy.
or happy?
I'd be. I wouldn't be. No, I'm not going to ever be happy that a former MVP is freaking.
His
leaving.
peak is definitely over.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be happy. I wouldn't be happy about it.
I feel like if I were a Sixer fan, I would just be like, just be gone already.
What has he actually done for them though? Yeah, you got the MVP, but what have they won?
He's been hurt a lot.
No, I know he has.
Not a single finals appearance.
That's the problem. He's been hurt a lot.
Come on,
not a single conference finals.
If that Kawhi shot doesn't bounce 7 times on the rim and go in, they're probably got a championship.
So you will look back on his time. You will look back fondly on Joel Embiid.
I won't look back on it bad.
10-year process.
They were not
12-year process.
They were awful before him, Steve.
I know, but
he changed the culture.
I don't know. I guess we look at it differently. I'm not a Sixers fan, so I will defer to your opinion on this, but I feel like most Philly fans are just kind of like, well, this didn't work out.
Yeah,
that's fine. It didn't work out if he leaves, but he's not gone. He's not going anywhere, so I want him to be successful again.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is that a hard take to understand that I like the guys on my team?
I understand you want him to be good.
It's just like...
But I feel like there's a frustration that comes with watching...
Well, it's frustrating. Isn't it frustrating to watch your Bills be second best? Yeah. So should they get rid of Josh Allen because it hasn't happened yet?
I don't blame Josh Allen. I think that Joel Embiid deserves some of the blame.
I don't know that it's Joel Embiid's fault that... Ben Simmons decided he couldn't take a shot at one point in the playoffs.
They brought in so many different players that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, that was a disaster.
No, that
Paul
worked.
George.
Jimmy Butler was great. Like, if they kept Jimmy Butler, they probably would have done fine.
For LeBron, I guess I'm hoping we'll know next week.
At what point do you give up on somebody?
Joel Embiid has missed more than 500 games in his career. Roughly half of his career has been spent on the sidelines due to injuries, illnesses, rest, etc.
He's on the team. His contract is not going anywhere.
Okay.
So I want him to be successful.
Okay.
He's my center,
And
Steve.
I can respect that.
All right?
I can respect that.
Thank you.
Talk a little baseball here. The Red Sox streak is finally over. Never thought it was going to end. 15 games. Granted, it was a second game of a doubleheader, so, they had the relievers out there. They were tired. They just played a doubleheader on Friday as well. They swept Tampa Bay. I was actually out there on Sunday. The buzz around that team is incredible out there. I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. They're just the ways they keep finding these different ways to win, winning off errors, the pitching. Every batter's been stepping up. It's been incredible. We're going to see what happens before the deadline in a couple of weeks. They got to be buyers.
Yeah, but it also might be a bad thing because they're somewhere in between being what they were before the win streak and what they are now. They kind of did the same
thing last year, too. They started off pretty poor. They got really hot in the summer and then flamed out early in the postseason.
I mean, they're in line for a playoff spot as we speak now. And
their two best players, arguably, are both still out. So,
and it's not like the Yankees and Rays are running away with it either. So
not at all.
Maybe they don't want their best players to come back, Steve, because they're winning, right? You don't want your best players on your team because they weren't winning with them. So get rid of them, right? Isn't that what you just told me?
What? I don't know why you're taking this so personally. I look at it from the outside looking in. I don't think I'm way off here. From the outside looking in, I look at Joel Embiid. He's obviously a tremendous talent. He is the leader of that team. He is hurt all the time, and it never quite developed into what everyone expected.
It's not realistic to even imagine him leaving.
And so, I brought up Josh Allen, and I saw somebody in the chat say Allen deserves some of the blame. Allen deserves some of the blame, yes, for when you lose a game and you have a key interception, or like the Broncos game where they turn the ball over right before the half and they give up points. Yes,
or when you fumble it in the end zone at a Vikings game.
That is an on-the-field mistake that you say, you deserve blame for that loss. What I'm saying is the overall success of this franchise and what they've done is that, right, I mean,
so you're more
the Bills would not be the Bills if not, like without Josh Allen, they wouldn't be nearly as good.
You're more accepting of mistakes on the play on the field that have caused you problems than a guy being hurt all the time.
Yes, because it's gotten to a point where he's not available.
That's a hot take right there. Yeah, he's not available. Okay.
Best ability is what? Availability.
Exactly.
The end of the day.
I don't know. I look at it as he's hurt. He's resting. In some ways, I think in a lot of ways, he is standing in the way of their success because he's just not out there. Like they need him out there.
You had to pay him when he was at his prime, and you're stuck with him now.
I'm not saying you should hate him. I'm saying, are you frustrated to the point where if he left, would you be like happy about it?
I wouldn't be happy. I just would be okay. Let's go. Let's move on.
And we look at it. That's what I'm saying.
I would never be happy if any.
They got a young core to build around now. Maxi's still young. He probably got 4 more good years out of Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
BJ Edgecombe's a rising star.
Yeah. So I think they're going to be much better this year, and I am happy when some players leave, like Trent Grisham. I was very happy with that.
There you go.
And he's been much better as a Yankee than he was as a Padre. Good for him. I'm happy for him, though.
No, you're not.
As a human.
No, you're not.
Anything else?
Lane Kiffin was in the news this morning and yesterday. He reflected on his messy exit from Ole Miss. He, looking back on it, he wishes he just listened to the AD when he's like, no, if you're leaving, you're not going to coach the team. He tried to fight and stay in there. He reflected on everything. He was like, yeah, if I could go back, I would just listen to him and move on. And, Ole Miss, they still won a playoff game. They beat Georgia. He's like, I could have told all my assistants, like, you guys are all leaving. He's like, they should be at least grateful for that. It was a messy situation. I understand both sides in a way. I understand Ole Miss's side. Like, if you're leaving for a rival, you are out of here. But at the same time, he delivered them a playoff berth.
He could have told them all to leave, but he also isn't the one signing their paychecks.
Yeah.
Right? He's a jerk.
The fact that he thought he would still be able to coach after taking a job.
He was trying really hard.
That is unrealistic.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with how Ole Miss handled the situation. Like, you're not going to be with us, then
there's the door.
You made a decision, so go. Thanks for getting us to the playoff, but be gone. Right. I have no problem with how Ole Miss handled it.
Yeah, and it happens in a lot of it. If you're leaving to go work for another company that is a competitor,
you would be ushered out of the building.
You're told to leave.
Yeah, like that day, like on the spot.
Yeah.
Here's a box. Clean out your desk. You're gone.
Yeah,
like
that happens here all the time. It happens in this
the real
business
world.
all the time.
Yeah.
You're going to work at a different radio station? Goodbye.
Yeah, right. So long for now. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with how Ole Miss handled it. And the fact that Lane Kiffin, I think he believes that the rules don't apply to him. Like he can kind of. It's almost like Will Wade, and they're both in the same place, right?
LSU.
Yeah. It seems like the rules don't apply to those guys. You got a kicker, Paulie?
I got a couple.
Oh, good.
Did you know the song, the Pina Colada song, Steve?
Yeah.
If you like pina coladas.
Yeah, they're
taking walks in the rain. You know, it's kind of about two horrible people.
Yeah.
They're dating each other, and they were right.
But it has a happy ending. Yeah.
Is it happy?
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Kind of.
Like if you put out an ad and you showed up and it was Kim, would you be like, what the hell are you writing ads for? They're just two terrible people. They're made for each other.
Yeah.
So,
but then they rediscover that they all they like the same things. I don't know.
They didn't know until then.
Right, but that's why it's a happy ending. Do you need a drink of water?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Do you know they changed the lyrics just before release on that?
No, I didn't know
that. It was if you like Humphrey Bogart.
Doesn't have the same ring to it. I'm glad they changed it.
So, they're saying that it could have been a flop. Do you like Humphrey Bogart? And some movie of his lost somewhere. But he's like, I got too many songs with movie references. So he changed it to Pina Colada.
I bet he's glad he did that.
Yep. Dateline America and every other country that has coffee shops, Steve. Baristas are sharing what the grossest things they've seen.
Okay.
Customers do. And apparently, now I'm never going to do this. I don't put cream in my drink, but apparently people pick up the milk thing, the shareable milk thing, and drink out of it.
No out of the
carafe.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, they do that. Some people will handle all the tops and then put them back in, so people put the gross handled tops on there.
What's the point of doing that,
Steve? Yeah, and they say it's also probably not a good idea to drink like milk that's just been sitting out up there.
Yeah, that's
You'd
true.
have it like an ice at least.
Yeah. So milk is a great place for microbes.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So just be a little hesitant on that. I once was at a restaurant, Steve, back in the heyday of restaurants. I had when there were smoking sections.
Heyday?
Yeah, there was smoking sections.
I think restaurants are still popular.
They were much better when I was a kid. When they had smoking sections. So I was, of course, sitting in the smoking section because I was a smoker, and I poured my ketchup out, and there was a cigarette butt somebody had put in the ketchup, and it fell into my plate. Luckily,
did you get a free meal out of it?
Luckily, well, I didn't. I was like, "Is that their fault?"
Right.
That the jerk at the table is someone, but I'm just glad it fell on the plate and I didn't eat butt ketchup.
I was out for my birthday. This was probably like 15, 20 years ago. I was out at a restaurant for my birthday, and I got a piece of pie for dessert. And I was eating the pie. The very first bite I took, I put it in, and there was a crunch to it, and there shouldn't have been a crunch to it. And so I spit it out. It was glass shards.
Oh my God.
In the pie.
Might not be here right now if you didn't.
I know, right?
Realize.
Yeah. Whoa.
I will not say the establishment, but it was, yeah. I have not eaten there since, just so you know.
I've never had anything in my food but the cigarette butt incident. I've never had like a bad. I've cut into chicken that was not cooked all the way through.
Right. Yeah.
My dad claims he had a feather in a sandwich from a fast food place, which I'm not going to say where.
For a chicken sandwich, I hope.
Yeah. And he hasn't gone back since.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Because it'll turn you, you'll always remember that.
Right. He talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God. I try not to look at my food before I eat it. Like, it ruins it. Like, there's this taco places called Alberto's and Humberto's in California, and the rule was just don't look at it.
It's understandable.
Just eat it. And that's just kind of, I've taken that.
It's your philosophy?
Yeah.
If I got a garbage plate, I would not look at it, I feel like.
All right. We got through it.
All right, we'll hit a timeout here. Phone line's still open if you want to check in. 315-437-7644. Back after this on ESPN Radio.
He bit his tongue, not his cheek.
Was my tongue.
Yes, Ellie Orange, that would make sense. Because when the San Diego Padres are playing the, for example, how about the Cleveland Indians? There's not as many people watching as, say, the country of United States versus Argentina. It doesn't. Okay, people love it. It's great. Not in this country. Swallowing glass would be a game changer, right? Oh, the Braves are winning now? Jesus. Oh, that was U.S. ratings? Cool. For the final or the America game or the whole thing? I have to say wild stuff to stay relevant? What the fuck are you talking about? I host a radio show that gets a lot of listeners. I don't need to say anything that I... The fact that you think I say things that I wouldn't say in regular conversation is so bizarre to me. Steve, do I talk the same way to you in private? I might say a few nice things every once in a while, but I'm kind of just the same. I told Steve the same joke within how many hours?
Yeah, no.
I forgot I told Steve a joke and then I told him again, and it was in the same text chain. We've done starting five cars before.
Didn't we already talk about this?
Yes.
So what do you want to do here?
We'll talk about the TBT, and maybe we can...
What lines you should...
Yeah. Let's have fun. I'm fun. Let's say things that I wouldn't normally say in life, Steve. CJC says the Bills stink, Steve.
Hey.
Those are humans.
Yeah, you threw the rules right out.
I am a nice guy I like to think I'm a nice guy on this show, too. I just say weird things. It's kind of my life. It's kind of how I am. It's always been my thing. That's right. You stealing my pens, bro?
This? No. This I brought this with me because I was going to do
I think you stole my pen.
Why? What are you talking about?
Do I talk to myself when I'm home alone? Of course.
You have one right there.
It's the exact same pen. I think you're stealing my pens, bro.
No. We have a whole box of these at Channel 9.
Starting five dog breeds. Yeah, I would put Jack Russell at the point. They can go.
Go all day.
Yeah.
High motor for the
they
Jack
can
Russell.
jump their asses off, too. No, I don't even talk or do anything radio related when I'm home. I just want to be out of sports and radio when I'm home. Just sit, watch TV, some baseball.
That would actually be a good topic, the dogs.
Eat some ham if I can. Yeah, bro, that sounds good. I'd put a Great Dane at center.
Very mobile.
Are they talking about baseball here or about like dudes who play the music, like the Sultans that swing?
I don't know the backstory.
What kind of swing are they talking about? I don't want to listen to the lyrics or look it up. So you pick whatever you want. That's
whatever you want it to be.
Makes you happy, Steve. Joel Embiid stays, Joel Embiid goes. I'm happy.
Well, that's a great way to live. It's a great way to be a fan, if you could be happy either way. Sultans of Swing, it's a story of a washed-up, mediocre jazz band playing to a nearly empty, disinterested pub in South London.
Oh, it's like doing this show. What are the Sultans of Swing? Doing a show for like 5 disinterested people. Oh, we got our new theme song. That's funny.
You ready for tonight, my friend?
Yeah, we've got the TVT tonight. We're on the call. We're gonna try and do something fun and let the listeners pick things for me to say during the broadcast.
I would say just one thing, like
just one thing.
Whatever
What's my go-to line?
Your most favorite line that you see either in the chat or if somebody calls in and suggests that you have to work it into the broadcast within reason. Like, choose wisely.
Yeah, you've got me like upset about this. Like, I'm a weird fan for liking my guys.
No,
like not wanting them to. Like, it's the second time this has happened.
Like, I'll give you an example.
Like when Angeli got hurt last year, it was so weird for you to hear me say, "I hope he takes his job." And
it never gives it back, is what you said.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I hope that every time someone steps on the field for my team or on the court, I hope this guy goes out and wins. And I don't think that's such a weird take.
I'll give you an example of like Stephon Diggs, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad he left. Like, I know he's a very talented wide receiver. You know, you talk about drama with LeBron. Like, there obviously was not a connection between him and Josh Allen, and you know, depends on who you believe in terms of why that relationship went sour. But I was fine that he moved on. I was happy that he moved on. I was glad that he left. Didn't want him to be part of the team. You know, would I have rooted for him? Like, if he made a good play, like, I would be happy he made a good play, but I did not like Stephon Diggs. I'm glad that he's gone. From the outside looking in, I could see how Sixer fans would be upset with Embiid that he is just never available and not available in big spots, it seems like, when the team needs him the most.
I'm less mad at him because it's injury related. If he was out there and not good, that would be worse to me.
But do you think...
Like, someone just mentioned Griffin Canning's on the mound today.
Yeah.
Like, if that guy shouldn't be pitching in Major League Baseball, and the Padres roll him out there every 5 days.
That's not his fault. That's the Padres' fault.
Yeah, like...
And he's not their star.
That's something to hate a player about. Like, why is this guy still out there?
Okay, but let me ask you this with Embiid. You say he's hurt. Do you think he could play more? Or do you think that...
No, I think he's legitimately been hurt.
Okay. I think there are degrees to that.
Because he gets hurt. Like, one year he got a concussion in the playoffs because Doc Rivers left him in the game when they were up like 15.
Yeah.
With like 2 minutes left. I'm not like you. I'm not a hater, Steve. I like my favorite players. It's a 3-vo for Devo.
I mean, you get to pick. You get to pick one line.
All right.
That you work in. If that's the one you want it to be, so be it.
Someone said I should do my Stefan from Utica impression. Well, hello, Eric Evendorf.
You get to pick.
Yeah, I'll pick one. But yeah, no, if someone's on my favorite team, I like them, whether, unless they're like horrible humans. And then I'd be
Wander
like,
Franco.
Yeah.
You would not root for him.
Yeah, he's not a good person.
Deshaun Watson. You would not root for him.
Not a good person.
Yeah.
I would be mad if my team's, like, if I was a Browns fan, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Not a good person.
All right. So you'd be glad. Okay. So there are exceptions to your rule then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take our final timeout? We will
vote on the artist of the day.
Vote on artist of the day. We'll wrap things up. We'll what?
Someone said start the broadcast. Well, hello, Steve.
You will get that opportunity. I will introduce you. That's how you can respond if you would like. No, don't do that.
I all of a sudden turned into a pallbearer.
Don't do that. All right. We'll take our final timeout. We'll wrap things up next on ESPN Radio.
Sorry, we were just talking about the artist of the day potentials. Nothing, you didn't miss anything. Start off the broadcast with Steve, is that a loaf of bread in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I'll do some bread with you today. Got my loaf.
He does have a loaf with him, which is weird that he has a loaf. It's weird that Spatching Louise knew I was limping today. Is that weird? How the hell did he know I was limping?
Maybe he saw you.
Starting to get scared of our chat. They're starting to scare me. I didn't see the walking the dog picture. I have a show to do. Dire Straits' Money for Nothing, song that probably would not fly in 2026.
Fair point.
The song probably would be canceled now. Money for Nothing. Cool video, though. You remember how cutting edge that was? With
yes.
The 8-bit computer screen videos?
When MTV actually played videos, yes.
When MTV was actually a thing. Is it still alive?
Yeah.
Isn't MTV gone?
No, I think it's... I still have it on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought MTV went...
If it went bankrupt or whatever, if it went away, it's recent. Because, yes, I'm pretty sure it still exists.
It's still on the air, UK and Australia and all over the world. It's in here in the United States, yeah. Why do I think it shut down? Everybody thinks it shut down. Is this another one of those Mandela effects?
So there's sometimes when I'll scroll when I get home from work just to see what's on, and there's always Yo MTV Raps is on at 1 a.m. So I know that it's still on because every once in a while I'll be like, oh, what song are they playing? So
if you've been on the internet the past few weeks, you probably heard that MTV went off the air last Wednesday at midnight after 44 years.
Okay, well I
know it didn't go off the air.
I was going to say, maybe I haven't looked since last Wednesday, but it was a rumor?
Yeah, they did something. It was in the news. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, I will look tonight when I get home, see if I still have MTV.
No, it's still there, but
okay.
it was reported that it went off the air.
Gotcha.
All right, your choices for Artist of the Day are Limp Bizkit, Bob Seger, Naughty by Nature / Salt and Pepper.
I mean, that's the answer.
Jennifer Lopez, Jimmy Eat World, Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye, Jimmy Eat World, Jennifer Lopez, Naughty by Nature / Salt and Pepper. Did you know they got married?
I did not know that.
One of the Peppas married one of the Natures.
One of the Peppas? I think there's only one Peppa.
one of the Salts.
Either David's mic.
Either the Salt or the Peppa married him. I shut the thing. Married one of the Naughties.
All right, now I have to look it up.
I believe he was in adult movies, too. Bob Seger, Limp Bizkit.
Well, you know who I'm voting for. I already said.
I'm going to go Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, the sweetness, Steve. The middle. I'm going to go Naughty by Nature and Salt and Pepper.
Peppa. Married.
Tretch.
Yes. One of the Peppas. The Peppa.
Band I've most seen in concert.
They married in 1999. How did I not know that?
Are they still married?
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to guess no.
Divorced. The couple divorced in 2001. They didn't even make it 2 years. So they're not still married.
Tretch is still touring. That's crazy. He's been on CSI.
Peppa is currently not married, in case you're wondering.
Okay.
She's available for you, Paulie.
Is that the one I think I want to marry or not? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was more of I liked Spinderella.
Yeah, well, right. That's where I thought that was the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was into Spinderella.
Yeah, Peppa was born. She's older than you. She's 61.
It's okay. I'm not picky. Spinderella's still spinning.
So, David, tomorrow's your last day. This is what I hear.
It is.
Was this a tough decision? We're going to miss you. Was this a tough decision for you?
I'm open to helping out during football season still, but I can't guarantee that yet.
You're done.
Hint, Paulie. Hint.
No,
He's kicking me out. He's packing my bags for me.
Spinderella's only 2 years younger than me. I don't care about him. Spinderella, 2 years younger.
What's more important?
2 years younger or older?
Older, sorry.
Older, okay.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So, if I ever have I could marry her, ever have a party, she could DJ it.
She could. You both could. You have that in common. You have that in your history. You have DJing experience.
She has a random tie. Who would you? It's Kenny Anderson, right? Is the player that everybody says got away from Syracuse, like the biggest one. She has a child with him.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. You could meet Kenny Anderson.
She's married to a comedian named Quentin Q. Coleman.
Oh, well, she's married, so
there you go.
Disappointing for you.
Yeah, so she's had a child with Kenny Anderson. She's got a sports reference.
All right. We are out of time. David, we're going to make tomorrow's show hopefully your best show.
Let's have fun.
Yeah, let's do it. We've got starting fives tomorrow. We'll talk TBT. Again, Paulie and I on the call tonight, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock. The game will start. And if they win tonight, they advance on to face the Kentucky alumni squad next week. We are out of time. For Paulie, for David, I'm Steve. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, everybody.